You're listening to 88.3 The Sting. I'm Olivia McGreevy, and today I am joined by Baby Queen. Hi, how are you doing?
Hi, I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for taking time to speak with us today. We're really excited to talk to you and get to know you a little bit better as an artist because you were featured as one of our new music stingers. So it's exciting to talk to you.
Woo! Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. So if you want to just give us a quick summary of who you are as an artist and kind of just generalize, like describe your music to us.
Cool. Well, I feel like I like to use the word anti-pop a lot, but I guess by the true definition of anti-pop, it isn't really anti-pop. It's more sort of like um very it's kind of like happy sounding music for very sad people. And it's super the songs are super big and very lyrically focused. I think there's a huge focus on the lyric, and so it's like all lyric pop music.
Cool. And then where did you get your start in music? Was this something you always knew you wanted to do, or is this something as you got older, you decided music was a big part of your life?
I started sort of writing songs when I think I was like 10, um, but little stupid songs at home about like my cat and my sausage dog. And yeah, I discovered Taylor Swift when I was 14 and fell down this rabbit hole, and there was like sort of no coming back from it. I was just completely obsessed with the idea of doing this.
Cool. And that was actually my next question. If you had any influences, is Taylor Swift a big influence for you? Do you have any more?
Yeah, so Taylor Swift was the first, I think, artist that I discovered and got super obsessed with. Growing up, I listened to a lot of the 1975, Lord, and Saint Vincent, and yeah, pretty much that's pretty much those are the top guys. And Lil Peep, I got into quite a bit when I was older.
It's funny you mentioned Lord because when I first listened to your song, I thought it was a Lord song. I was listening, I was like, oh, okay. And then I saw the name and I was like, oh, it's not Lord.
Yeah,
So
it's weird. It's a I get that a lot actually, the Lord reference, because I think it's very much the same vein of like, I don't know, kind of like intellectual pop. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, that's very cool. You have an interesting background when I was looking in regards to like where you live. So you grew up in South Africa, or you're from there, and you live in London now. Did that influence like your artistic journey at all, or did you see that influencing you in any way?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think I came from South Africa, which is such like growing up with sort of like a small town syndrome. And I moved over here when I was 18, and it was a big culture shock. And I was sort of like kind of ostracized in the way that I was like this foreigner coming to this place I didn't know. I didn't have any friends. So sort of put me in a position where I was kind of able to be more observant and observe everything around me. And yeah, definitely like the struggles that I went through in the first like 4 years of being here definitely built the cynicism and that general sort of like um I don't know, like lack of optimism that you find in my sort of lyric writing.
Mm-hmm. So I wanted to congratulate you. You were named Apple Music's new Up Next artist. So that's really cool. What does that mean for you and for your career right now? Where does that put you?
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Like I grew up obviously because Spotify was more of a recent thing. So I grew up listening to Apple Music, like Apple Music, well, Apple Music, iTunes essentially.
Yeah.
Apple Music was a later thing. But yeah, it's insane, and just knowing the people that have had that been given that opportunity before me is pretty crazy to think that they would believe in me enough to get behind me in that way. So it's incredible.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool. And you got a chance to do some at-home sessions, right, for that?
Yeah.
That's very cool. So as I said, you're in as one of our new music singers, and we have your song Raw Thoughts. And so do you want to talk about the inspiration behind that, how you came up with that?
Yeah, Raw Thoughts was a song that I actually wrote about this massive night out that I had in East London, super drunk. I was going through a breakup with my ex at the time. So it was this sort of amalgamation of the euphoria of feeling free and feeling like anything could happen to you and you didn't have to answer to anyone. And it was also the deep sort of sadness of you know, my ex being with somebody new and dealing with the heartbreak of that. And I wrote the song the next morning when I had the worst hangover ever. And yeah, it was one of those songs that just like came out in 20 minutes. And yeah, it's a pretty special one to me.
Cool. And then in general, does your creative process usually look like that, or what does it usually look like for you?
My creative process, I mean, it shifts a lot. Like no two songs are usually ever written in the same way, but I think I've got a sort of like recipe that I use now, where I'm so obsessed with the lyric that I can't be like playing an instrument at the same time because it distracts from the lyrics. So I'll create a loop or a track, and then my brain can just like think of the words. So I usually do that. Well, I'm doing that a lot at the moment.
Cool. What are some things our listeners can expect to see from you in the near future? Do you have some projects you're working on or anything you're releasing soon?
Yeah, so we've got a new song coming out, loads of new music this year. And then, yeah, I mean, the music is so sick, so much of it. So I'm so excited for everyone to hear that. And I'm actually currently working on a little poetry book, which is super exciting. I've been doing that in my spare time. And then, and yeah, man, just loads of music, hopefully some collaborations and live shows. Crossing fingers, holding thumbs.
Yeah. Do you have any like dream collaborations? Is there somebody like, if you can collaborate with them, you'd be like, this is it, I made it?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's like, I guess it's similar to the people that influenced me. I would say like Taylor Swift, duh, obviously, but I mean, that's a bit extreme. Matty Healy from the 1975, Lord, St. Vincent, and yeah, those are like the top gunners, I think.
That is so cool. Well, I think you can make it happen. That'd be so cool.
Yes, hopefully.
You and Lord together, I think that'd be so sick. That was so
Girl, I'm gonna be grinding for that. I'm gonna be grinding. Yeah. I'll let you know when it happens.
Yes, please. I want to be like, yes, we said this was gonna happen.
Yes, we predicted this.
Yes, we are psychic. We manifested it.
Manifestation.
Yes, let's do it right now. And then if you could tell your listeners or the fans just something that you normally don't get to tell them about yourself, what's that something you would say?
I guess what I would say is that most of the time I feel like the most important thing for people to always know is that everyone is just doing their best and just trying to figure it out. And I don't know what I'm doing 90% of the time. And I'm just trying to figure it out. And so it's okay to not know what's going on. Like none of us do. And to be honest, we're all just balls of atoms on a floating rock in the middle of an expansive abyss. So none of it matters anyways. But yeah, that's the message. I wanted to give them a message of hopelessness today.
The word to baby queen.
Yeah, spread the good word of baby queen.
Yes. Very true though. Very true.
Yeah, you gotta just be happy and not compare yourself to other people because we're all going through it.
Yeah. So in London, are there opportunities for you to do any live shows or anything soon, or do you have anything planned or virtually?
Yeah, I mean, we've got a whole bunch of dates. We've got festivals booked through the summer, and some that I haven't announced yet, which I'm super excited to tell people about. And then a tour with a band called Seagirls, who are also signed to my label through October. That's like a 10-date tour. And then some more shows that we haven't announced yet, but hopefully, I mean, we've got stuff booked. Whether or not it will happen, we'll have to see.
Very cool. Very cool. That was all I had for you today. If you have anything else you want to add about yourself or anything else, you can go right ahead.
No, I'm good. You absolutely hit every nail on the head. You smashed that.
All right. Well, thank you so much for speaking with us today. And I look forward to keeping track about your Lord collaboration. Yeah, girl. I will. I'll ring you up. I'll be giving you the updates via DM. But thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it, and have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you. You too.
Bye.